You know, I'm sitting here wondering. I'm sitting here wondering, why do I do this to myself? Why do I watch this product? Now, I don't want to be too negative because there was some good things about the show, right? But overall, I don't get it. Why do I waste? It's roughly about an hour and a half that I spend watching, about an hour and 20 minutes that I watch Raw. And for those that wonder, well, what do you mean? Because I don't watch it live. Okay, fuck that, right? I have a DVR, I record it, and then I just skip over the commercials for sure. The filler that the show has, because the show has a lot of filler. It's when you watch it on DVR that you realize that. It's still an hour and 20 minutes of my life spend watching. I'm a little late now because I had to wait for the network to load the. I pay $9.99 a month for this shit, by the way, right? But I had to wait for the network, because I wanted to see. Goldberg was going to give a speech, and it looks like he retired, but didn't really retire, right? It was off TV. It was on the network. He basically said he did it for his son. He did it for his wife, and told people you could boo me, you could cheer me, but I did it for my family. Good for him. Is he going to come back? I don't know. Right? I'm not going to hate on the guy. Okay, he gave us a lot of nostalgia, right? And I called him Oldberg and all this and that. I did. Okay, but at the end of the day, right? Um, although his match with Lesnar was the best case scenario, I got to give him credit for giving us the best case scenario, and also letting Brock Lesnar kick out of the jackhammer, which he could barely deliver, by the way. Um, it's just not the same Goldberg, right? But still, right? And letting Lesnar beat him clean, which is the right thing to do. So you got to give him credit for that. But anyway, apparently he might be back. I don't know, right? Goldberg could put on decent matches. He can. Like I saw someone tell me, well, why is it that Goldberg always 50 or 49, whatever he is? Why can't he do it? But Undertaker did it. Well, number one, okay, Undertaker has done it a lot longer than Goldberg. Okay. Second, all right, it's Goldberg at this age, at age 50, and in a weird way, might make him more entertaining. I think like a Goldberg 2.0 is to be more vulnerable. Doesn't mean he still can't win, but he can't be the dominant force that beats everybody in 2 minutes anymore, right? But I just don't know if he could come back and do that, right? I hope he stays retired, and just right off to the sunset, man. That's it. You had to come back. Bye bye. The Undertaker, he retired. Bye bye. Bye. Right, later's. Right, but let's talk about the show. Let's talk about this show. First of all, it is the Monday Night Raw after Mania. Basically, it's an arena not filled with casual fans, but with nothing but hardcore fans from all over the world that came for WrestleMania weekend. And that's basically what this is. And it's very intelligent fans, meaning, I don't know what their IQ scores are, but they know a lot about the wrestling. They know more about the backstage politics than half of the fucking wrestlers, right? I mean, they were booing the hell out of Roman Reigns. Now, let me actually give Roman Reigns some credit here. You do? How often does D-Style come on and give Roman Reigns credit? Number one, she only said like 5 words, which it's right to that. So like Roman trying to be the cool guy and trying to do promos, short and sweet. That's it. Nothing more. Live TV. Any longer promos should be pre-recorded and done in the back. Right? Roman Reigns did 2 things that I really liked here. Problem that I have with this not because of what Roman Reigns did, but with what the WWE is doing. So number one, isn't the job of the commentators, like, could you imagine, like, imagine this for a moment. Let's say you are watching a boxing match on TV, and this boxing match is, let's say, Manny Pacquiao versus, I don't know, right? And it's just, I just give me a name, right? Amir Khan, right? It's Manny Pacquiao versus Amir Khan, right? Let's say that they're fighting in the UK. When Manny Pacquiao walks out, they boo him. Could you just imagine? And not only do they boo him, they start chanting, "Fuck you, Pacquiao. Fuck you, Pacquiao. Fuck you, Pacquiao. Go away. Go away." Right? Let's just, for the sake of argument. And then, could you just imagine the HBO announce team saying, "Oh, yeah. I mean, he gets a reaction from that crowd. They love him. Oh, they just love Manny Pacquiao." You would think there's something wrong with them. You would think like that they're being totally oblivious, but on purpose about it, if that's possible. Let's say the boxing match happens, and let's say, hypothetically, that it's clear that Manny Pacquiao lost that fight. And the crowd starts booing the decision when he's announced the winner. Could you just imagine the HBO crew saying, "Well, the crowd is very energetic tonight." This wouldn't work under any other circumstance. If you're watching a football game, I'm talking about American football, by the way, right? And they start chanting something towards a player, and it cannot be ignored on the broadcast. The commentators are going to bring that up. That's their job. So why don't they do their job in the WWE? Why do they act like he's not getting booed? Why do they act like they're not hearing the crowd? And it's not like, oh, it's just tonight. It's just a Monday night after WrestleMania. These crazy fans, just this very unique after WrestleMania crowd, which is unique, but what's not unique is the boos. What's not unique is the rejection from the fans. That is not unique. Now, let me first get to what I think Roman Reigns. Tonight, I will say this. Roman Reigns did not do anything wrong tonight. I'm a fair guy. I got to give him credit. He did two things I like. Number one, he channeled the crowd very well, right? And he was doing this thing where he would raise the mic and the crowd will start to boo the mic. Then he would raise it higher, they would boo more. Right? I like that. Although that's more of a heel thing. The second thing he did was that he looked at the palm of his hand and you could just hear him say, "I got you in the palm of my hand." And then there you go, the crowd kept reacting to him. And then he said, "This is my yard now. Because he's a big dog, And then that's all he said. That's it. Roman should keep everything sweet and short. He dropped the mic, literally dropped it, and then he walked out and left it at that. Now, this would be brilliant if he was a heel. If the commentators were to channel that as well. Like, oh, this crowd, really does not like Roman Reigns. These fans, and they just call it for what it is. These fans, because it's not a divided crowd. You know what you don't get? Like, even with John Cena, you get the John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. You get all that. You also get the let's go Cena. Cena sucks. And sometimes it's like 60 hate Cena and 40 like him. But with Roman, it's really like 90-10, right? So, sometimes it's, I think little by little, more and more Roman Reigns fans are becoming less and less enthusiastic because they're like, even Cena fans will chant, let's go Cena. But fucking Roman Reigns fans, I can't fucking hear them. Because he has no fans. Okay. The only thing the guy's got going is that he wins all the matches. So you like really only a fucking Mark is gonna be a fan of this dude. Like we know it's kayfabe, so you win your matches is not that impressive. Look, if this, it's not, but if it was going towards him becoming heel, right? Then it, I would say, man, they're doing a brilliant job, right? Like you got to go with the flow of the crowd. But you see what the WWE is doing right now is spinning it. So I was just watching. I watched it to watch the Goldberg speech on the network, and then they go to Jerry Lawler and that what's her name, Renee Young, or whatever, right? And I'm about to shut it off, but then he says, "Oh man, the crowd was so rough on Roman. I got to give Roman credit for standing there and taking that because I'm of the old school." He said. Jerry Lawler literally said, "I'm of the old school. I'm of the old school of you boo the bad guys and you cheer the good guys. But today things are different. Now they boo the good guys." They go, "What? What? That's not true, right?" It's Let me tell you what the problem is, all right? See, back in the day, when the crowd started to boo the babyface, they didn't ignore it, right? In fact, it was shocking when that would happen. It's not new. There's nothing new about that. Was it new when they were booing Bret Hart and cheering Stone Cold? So they did the double turn at WrestleMania, and Bret Hart just embraced that whole heel thing, at least in the United States. But he was more of a babyface in Canada. It wasn't new then. What's new is not that the fans will turn on the babyface. That's not new. There's nothing new about getting tired of being force-fed something that you don't want. That's not like a new phenomenon. Like people didn't just all of a sudden start hating, getting force-fed shit. Okay, that's not like a new thing. Like, oh man, back in the day, you could force-feed people thing, and they loved it. They would just take it. Back in the day, you could just stick it in their ass, and they said, "Thank you, WWE." Now you stick it in their ass, they start complaining, right? That's not a new phenomenon. It's not new to hate. The okay. There's nothing new about hating being force fed something. That's not a new thing. The new thing is this is what's new. What's new is not going with the flow. What's new is not giving the fans what they want. That's new. Could you imagine if Hulk Hogan said, I'm not going to turn heel"? But Hogan, they're booing you now. This whole, eat your vitamins, say your prayers, like they don't like that no more. They're booing you. Every time you go out, they boo you. Well, just tell everybody that I bring a reaction. Could you imagine that's what the WCW did? Well, here comes Hulk Hogan, the red, white, and blue. Boo. We're tired of you. Like, can you just imagine? People just booing him, and he's just out there pretending like they still love him. Oh, what a reaction from the crowd! They're so passionate. You're passionate bunch, brother. Boo! I love you guys. Like, you come here, you pay your hard-earned money. You get to boo me if you want, brother. Like just what is that? They didn't do that back then. The motherfucker turned heel. Right? The biggest baby face of all time. And he turned heel. It's Bret Hart turned heel. Shawn Michaels turned heel. Now they just refuse to turn Roman Reigns heel. It's what makes sense. It's the energy that makes sense. That's not worker, so he gets a reaction. No, it's we're fucking tired of this motherfucker being force-fed and being given the top spot and all our favorite wrestlers being fed to him. Because I'll tell you right now, if you love products like the NXT, for example, I love NXT. I can't wait till Bobby Roode goes to NXT. For what? So they could job him out to Roman Reigns or what? Because that's what they're going to do. Not next month, not in a couple months, maybe next year, right? Because he's the big dog. They keep saying he's the big dog. Like they try to pass him out. Like, remember he would do I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm the guy. Like the problem with being the quote unquote the guy that wins is that it's kayfabe, right? So people know it's scripted. So that's not going to impress them, right? That's not an impressive thing. Like I win all my matches is not impressive, right? That match at Mania was a terrible match. It was terrible. The year before against Triple H, average match at best. Nobody gets a reaction though. And then you hear, how tired I am of seeing these. Like they get paid by the WWE, right? So they come out, and I'm tired. Like Chris Jericho is fucking annoying, man. Right? Now I have a lot of respect for Chris Jericho. He's one of my favorites to watch, but and these fans, who do you think they are? Just booing Roman Reigns when he's a baby face. Who do you the fuck do you think you are? Right? What the fuck is going on with Vince McMahon, right? That he thinks he knows better than the people watching the product themselves. I like him, Vince, right? I know he's going to be around for a while. I get it, but it's, believe it or not, you'll make more money with this guy if you turn him heel, right? If you turn this sucker heel, it would do wonders for his career and for your so-called creation, because this creation fucking sucks. This dude has been force-fed to everybody for far too long. So, and it's getting to the point where I can't blame Roman Reigns, right? Tonight, he came out, and I think he did a great job. I do. His demeanor, it was a heel demeanor, right? But it made sense. But then the commentators don't talk about how he just got booed. Why did the commentators say, wow, did you hear what they were saying to Roman Reigns? Did you hear what they were chanting? They don't want him around, right? Instead of spinning it and be like, it's just, these crazy fans. Oh my God. I'm still waiting to see these arenas that Triple H says go crazy for Roman Reigns. Because Triple H was on the Stone Cold podcast saying about, everybody tells us that everybody boos Roman Reigns, but it's 50-50. I mean, one night, and then in another arena, he's getting cheered. You wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it, Triple H. Well, I don't know. I don't believe it because I haven't seen it. Like it just so happens that on all these pay-per-views and every WrestleMania, every SummerSlam, every smaller pay-per-view, every Monday Night Raw, when he would be on SmackDown, every single one of those arenas he gets booed. But it just so happens that you guys just get it wrong, right? It's the arenas that they don't film that are cheering for Roman Reigns. Yeah, brilliant. But anyway, enough of Roman Reigns, right? Enough of that. Hardy Boys are back. I can't complain about that. You know, I don't like the fact that the club is getting jobbed out like that, but what are you gonna do, right? Like I would have liked to have seen like some feud to at least a pay-per-view match, but they give it away on Raw, and there you go. But can't complain too much anyway, right? Hardy Boys win, retain their titles, decent match. Good to see the Hardy Boys back, but can somebody tell me all the talent, every single one of the talent going to Raw? Tuesday Night SmackDown is so underrepresented by the company. It's unbelievable. It's almost like Vince wants Raw to be better, right? Like it's insane. They have triple, almost, is it like triple or double the size of the roster? Yet they can't seem to. SmackDown has half, if not less, than what Raw has in talent, and they still put on better storylines, or at least before Mania season started, right? Before that, because you could tell creativity wasn't allowed on SmackDown for the last month. Okay, as soon as WrestleMania season started, it's almost like they had a meeting and Vince said, "Ha! We got to make sure Raw is the focus. Well, we can't allow SmackDown to outshine to Raw." It's almost like they did that. You know, it's insane. It's almost like Vince just wants the Universal title to be the new biggest title in the industry over the WWE title that has such a rich history. And it would not shock me if that's the route he's going, because he's already going there. Because the WWE Universe, he needs the Universal title. Anyway, what else happened, man? I'm not going to go over everything. So, the women had a match, and then it was a 3-on-3, and what's her name finally came out. Um, Emma, like it was like such an underwhelming. They've been promoting it like for the last 7 months, and she comes out to a 6-man tag match. Brilliant. Nia Jax beat the shit out of Charlotte at the end. I guess you can have a feud there, right? Best part of the night, in my opinion, was Vince McMahon coming out, talking about Stephanie getting put through a table at Mania and being such a shame. He worked the crowd very well, Vince did. And then he announced that Kurt Angle is going to be the new Raw general manager. And Angle had some. It's good to see Angle, man. It really is. Um, he had like 2 segments with in the back, or 2 or 3. I think it was funny when it's just all oblivious, Kurt Angle. It's the literal Kurt Angle, and when Cass spelled out soft, and he said that's not how you spell soft. I think that was kind of funny. Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman, walk out. They did what they had to do, right? They did what they had to do, and I think the Strowman thing was so pointless. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, really? I mean, Strowman. They had Strowman walk all the way to the ring, and then when Lesnar put the belt down, Strowman got out of the ring. What are they doing to Strowman? They had him get out of the ring when the Undertaker got in the ring. Lesnar sizes him up. He gets out of the ring. They already jobbed him out to Roman Reigns. You know what? What are they doing with Strowman? They're pussifying this dude. I mean, you've already killed any momentum Strowman had, making him look like a pussy getting out of the ring. But you can have Lesnar get out of the ring. Well, then don't have him come out there. I mean, holy shit. It's making Strowman look like a bitch, man. This guy was tearing through everybody. It looked like they had the perfect formula. They built him up. At Survivor Series, he was like just fucking everybody up. The Royal Rumble, I think that they did a good job. And then they job him out to Roman. They have him get out of the ring when the Undertaker comes in. They have the Undertaker chokeslam him. They have Lesnar size him up and he gets out of the ring. What the fuck are you doing? I mean, this is insane. So they've already fucked up. I mean, Strowman is done, man. Braun Strowman is I don't know there's any coming back from this. It's not impossible, but you know, they need to stop that shit. Who is scripting this shit? Who's writing this? Who wrote this? And oh yeah, we gotta make Strowman look like a fucking beast. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have him come out, get on Brock's face, and when Brock sizes him up, he's gonna get out of the ring. Like who writes that? I don't believe anybody wrote that, right? I think somebody wrote something else and Vince said, nah, we're going to have him get out of the ring. All right? I mean, holy shit. Anyway, what else happened in this fucking show? Balor's back. And then they still have Seth Rollins. Oh, by the way, Chris Jericho was attacked in the back, and they made it kind of obvious that Seth Rollins was going to have another tag team partner. You know what doesn't make sense to me? Balor coming back to like fight side by side with Seth Rollins after Seth Rollins is the guy that injured him. I mean, when Balor, right, got stripped of his title, right, after he was injured by Seth Rollins and he was walking down the aisle, Seth Rollins came out, laughed at him, and then walked to the ring. And you tell me that Finn Balor got so pissed off that he came back and fought side by Seth Rollins. They got to think we're a bunch of fucking idiots. No, but Seth Rollins is a baby face. And Finn Balor's a baby face. So what? Two baby faces can have a fucking feud? And I thought that doesn't matter. Why are they baby faces? Because they're both cheered? Is that why? Because if that's the case, why the fuck is Roman Reigns a baby face? Nobody gets a reaction. Are you kidding me? You could put a fat man in a thong in the ring, he's going to get a reaction. Are you going to make him the face that runs the place or what? Anyway, decent tag team match. Finn Balor got his big comeback, and he looked great, man. I mean, it's the crowd, and this is not just unique to this crowd, really likes Finn Balor, man. He's over with the crowd, right? It's insane, right? Like, he's not one of those baby faces that gets booed and you have to say he gets a reaction. Like, no. Like, people love him, right? You see the difference, WWE? Okay, he's over. As a baby face, he's over. Seth Rollins, man, this whole knee thing, I don't know how injured his knee is, but I don't get the psychology, like what, at a psychology standpoint, right? Let me tell you how I would have booked Triple H versus Seth Rollins if they're going to go with the angle of the knee, all right? Triple H beats the shit out of Seth Rollins, keeps attacking the knee, has multiple moments in the matches that he could end the match, right? But he's focused on doing what he said he was going to do, ending the career of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins went into WrestleMania with a banged up knee, right? And Triple H had a match with him like if it was just a normal match. Like he was just trying to win the match, not end the career of Seth Rollins. The 1, 2, 3 was not going to end the career of Seth Rollins. You banging up his knee even more was. And then at that point, it's an opening for Seth Rollins to win. Because Triple H is so focused on just trying to injure him that he lands a pedigree and does 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and he breaks his own count just because he wants to keep punishing Seth Rollins. And then you have Seth Rollins just, pull it off somehow. Maybe similar to what you did. But anyway, with that said, he still worked on the knee last night. I mean, Triple H was attacking the knee and getting him in submission holds in the knee, and Seth Rollins' knee was supposedly giving out at times, but he has a tag team match the next night on Raw. Seth Rollins should not have been at Raw. Why was he at Raw? Why is he having a match? You have him go away for a couple weeks, come back, and then he's fine. What are you doing? This whole knee thing is getting on my fucking nerves, man. But anyway. Well, there you go. Right, there you go. That was Monday Night Raw. Right, wow. Right, I love the crowd, but it's the crowds are always cool after WrestleMania. It's what are you gonna do, right? A lot of people they hate crowds that take over, and let me tell you something, man. If you're great at the mic, no crowd is gonna take over. You take over. You're the show, right? You shut them up if you want them to shut up. There's ways to do it, right? Well, anyway, that's Monday Night Raw. That's the WWE in a nutshell, right? It's the vision of Vince McMahon. Whatever Vince wants, that's what it is. But I'm Vince McMahon. I say Roman Reigns is a good guy, right? I mean, they're booing this guy uncontrollably. And they act like, well, that's totally what we want, right? Like they act like that's the plan, Like, oh, that's what we want. That's what no, it's not. They want people to cheer Roman Reigns. That's what it is. We'll see what happens at Smack. I don't like what they're doing with SmackDown, man. Look how they treated SmackDown at WrestleMania. Intercontinental Championship, pre-show. Tag Team Champions on the Battle Royal on the pre-show. Your most talented wrestler, opening match with Shane McMahon. The big name on your roster, John Cena, intergender tag team match. The WWE Championship, the fourth match before the main event. 7 minutes at Mania. Unbelievable. Talent coming from NXT, every single one of them going to Raw. Oh, I forgot, the Revival. Came back, beat the New Day in the tag team match. SmackDown could use them. The Revival versus American Alpha. I mean, they could do that. But no, it's got to go to Raw. It tells you that Vince does not want SmackDown to beat Raw. He doesn't. He doesn't want it to be better. He wants to make it obvious that Raw is a superior brand. Instead of giving both brands this good rosters and just letting them be creative. That's not what's happening here, right? So there you go. Now they're talking about. I don't know exactly what they mean by shake things up. I don't know if they're going to start getting away again from the brand split, right? And you can't really do that with all the fucking titles they have now, But we'll see. But they want to shake things up. We'll see what that means next week, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow for SmackDown. I don't know if I'll do a review on it. I'll see. I'm out.